I'm Bob Steenfott. I'm here with Larry Schenkel of the Sacramento Aquarium Society, and we're gonna look at his fish. I forgot what you wanted me to say. All right, now we're gonna make our way into the room. There's lots of cool stuff in here. Well, there you go. A little teaser intro for the video. Why does it say live at 5:04? Because that's when I went live. 5:04. That is the scheduled time. Larry's fish room is open. It's true. It's true. That video will be coming Wednesday, as I said, right? The 31st. Ooh, the fancy trailer. No more apple eating time. That's true. That's true. And the mic works right off the start. Look at that. I mean, that thumbnail, is the eyeball normal? No. I like to put funny eyeballs on the animals and things in my thumbnail. No one rarely really ever says anything, but I still like to do it. I don't know why. Ooh, the fancy trailer. Yeah, I like it. I had to change the start time to 5:04 because I forgot to refill my water at 5 o'clock. And I was like, whoops. I cannot stream for an hour and a half and have no water. So I had to go refill my water. Still started on time, though, because the start time was 5:04. So there you go. That Julii Corey. Yeah. No apple. No apple. I do have apples sitting over here, but no apples today. Unfortunately, no. So what's going on? I'll probably play the trailer one more time at the end of the stream for anyone who misses it or is still coming in. It usually takes about 5 minutes for people to roll in here. Twin Cities Guppies, what's going on? Says, I need a fry rack like that. Don't we all? Don't we all? It is a good trailer. Looking forward to seeing the full video. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I'm super grateful for Larry for letting me come down, and I brought my whole entourage with me, and he was very accommodating and just a super nice guy. Nice shirt and better hat. The rarest of the rare aquarium co-op hat. I do have another one that's just as rare that I almost wore. But it didn't look that good on camera. And that's the first ever aquarium co-op hat. This is the very first ever co-op hat ever made. But unfortunately, like, the lights just, I mean, look, it doesn't look good with the lights. The lights are too bright. So I switched it up to the red hat last minute. It works. I think it works well with my tuna fish shirt. Entourage. When's the video drop? 5/31/25 of next year. 2 years. What year is it? I don't know. But for real, Fishberg, it's coming out Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning. Who's in Bob's entourage? My entourage is private. The entourage was 2 other people. One being Matt, the cameraman. Definitely not Turtle. Not Johnny Drama. Unfortunately. Not Vinny Chase. Or Eric. Or Ari. 3 very large dogs. That is true. That is true. And Larry has a very small dog and cats. So it probably wouldn't have gone very well if my dogs were there. Would have been an interesting mix. But it definitely made me excited. Like I already want to go somewhere new, and film another tour. Obviously, I'm going to. Well, actually, a lot of you might not know. Actually, nobody really knows except for the members. That I will be going to Dan's Fish's warehouse in 2 weeks. So that's gonna be cool. I get to do another tour video there, and probably a couple other random videos like last time. And then I gotta find somewhere new to go. Find somewhere else to tour. Bob's part of the co-op mafia that's taking over the fish hobby. Be careful, they will kill you if you don't do what they want. I don't think I'm a part of the mafia. The co-op mafia. The what's it called? The cooperatives. Cooperatives. They force all top YouTubers into the mafia. Well, I got a long ways to go before I'm a top YouTuber, so I don't got to worry about it anytime soon. Leo says, Bob, I want that hat. Never going to happen. Realistically, there is a price I would take for this hat, but no one would ever pay that price. And if you have to ask what that price is, that means you can't afford it. So. Peplin Creek, what's going on? 3G, hello, hello. The thumbnail. The thumbnail. What's fish community? What? I thought that was well, there's the Tennessee Fish Mafia, but is that still a thing? I don't know. I'm not from Tennessee, so I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I would never be invited into that group because I'm not from Tennessee. After everything we've been through, Bob. Not getting rid of the hat. Not doing it. There's only one other in existence that I know of. And I don't even know if it's still in existence. It might have gotten thrown away by now. So this literally could be the only one. I'm ahead of it, but Bob C runs it. What? You're the head of it, but you don't run it? That doesn't make any sense. Tennessee Fish Mafia going strong. I haven't... maybe I just don't run in the same circles. I just haven't heard much about it lately. My Corys are mad at my Aguilera... At me. Aguilera get a tank remodel. Didn't think I'd ever seen Angry Cory. Wait, what? Like Christina Aguilera? I invited you numerous times, so hush. Never seen it. Not a single time. I don't check my Facebook notifications, so if that's where you're trying to invite me, that's why. Let that be a lesson to everyone. If you have tagged me or messaged me or done anything through Facebook, I don't check notifications. So don't take it personally if I don't respond or if I didn't see it. All that stuff. Are you going to the Findig? I am not, George RB3. I am not. I ended up going to Sacramento about 3 weeks ago instead of going to the Findig. So it was a tough choice, but in the end it wasn't a tough choice at all. It was the right choice and an easy choice. Hear that, Ed? You're not promoting enough. Mm-hmm. I've invited you in private message. Did I not just say if you've messaged me, don't get offended if I don't see it? I think I literally just said that. Just tagged you on Twitter and posted a link to your stream. No way. First Twitter engagement in weeks. Honestly, I forgot to share this out. I am literally the worst YouTuber ever. I gotta share this out. After I already showed like the teaser trailer and everything, now I'm gonna share it out. It's smart. I'm the best. Watching Bob Steenfott live. Oh, I gotta retweet that and I gotta like it and do all that jazz and comment and awesome. Thanks. Yes. That might be my first share, to be honest. You might have just popped my cherry on Twitter. My Twitter cherry. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Whatever. Happens. Okay, gotta share it in my little Facebook group here. And then we'll be set. Come on. Steenfott Aquatics. Regina Phalange is giving away 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Come hang out in the stream. What a dumb thing to say, but whatever. All right, who got them? Cheryl, 310, Peplin, 3G, and Fishberg. All gifted a membership by Regina Phalanges. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. As always, we do live stream 3:30 p.m. PST before this stream every Monday for the new members there, just so you know. Come check it out. There will be a members post to give you an alert. So in case you forget, don't worry about it. You'll see hopefully get the notification. Is it okay to dose Flourish, Excel, potassium, and iron at the same time? I heard should be spread some apart. I always did it at the same time, and I never really had a negative experience that I'm aware of. To me, that's no different than people that do like EI dosing, right? They do it all the same. I mean, they do all their macros at the same time, so it's really not any different. Bob. Cory cats are driving me crazy. I keep losing Venezuelans. What do you find works best for your parameter-wise? This is not going to be helpful for you at all, Whip. But haven't had a single issue with my Venezuelans. I can tell you what I keep them at. This is at 75 degrees in a 40 breeder planted tank. Parameters are going to be probably, I'm guessing because I haven't tested it in a while, probably going to be around 7 pH, but it is hard water. I have lots of calcium in my water, which really shouldn't make a difference for Corys. But outside of calcium, it's generally pretty soft water. But it measures high because there's a ridiculous amount of calcium in my water. But yeah, everything else is pretty neutral. Caitlin says Bob only has issues with panacories. Yeah, I just killed 12 of them last week. Peplin Creek Aquatic says Tennessee Fish Mafia. You better ask somebody. Dang. Phosphate supposedly causes iron to precipitate if dosed at the same time. Odds are it doesn't matter. And iron gets sucked up really fast. Like it doesn't spend much time in the water column. The plants just eat up iron pretty fast in my experience. My boss told me today that I could afford a razor if I stopped keeping fish, like to shave, or like the razor 4x4 or the razor scooter or any other razor. I don't know. Garlaki's Playground says, that is a cool trailer. Thank you so much. I cannot take credit for it. I did not make it. I did not make it. Matt made it. I don't know if he's in chat, but it was made by Matt, and I'm super appreciative. Amissa, hello, hello. Mac Mountaineer says, recently moved to Nashville. I'd like to join the said mafia. There you go. Yes to shave. Razors are like $1. What do you mean you can't afford a razor? You're putting like every dollar into fish. Sending your new crew tomorrow. Is that towards Amissa or to me? There's Matt. Says, I'm here. Thanks to all who enjoyed it. Oh, look. It's Lisa. Happy birthday, Lisa. Mine are in a Pretty Bear 29-gallon quarantine tank. Temp was about 82, maybe too hot. I would definitely not keep them that hot. I generally keep all my cories at about 74, 75 degrees. I think the only species I have that I would go over 80 with would be like stir-by. Those are the only ones I've had success with in warmer water for like a long period of time. Bob, both you and Amissa. Well, there we go. Awesome. Click says, are any of you going to the Music City Club meeting in Nashville and auction Saturday? Well, hopefully the Tennessee Fish Mafia is going. I would hope, right? Bob, is once a week to dose those 4 liquid fertilizers sufficient? I mean, that's what I'm pretty sure that's what like the directions are. It's been a long time since I've used any C-Chem products. They're generally pretty watered down, so I don't really use them anymore. But still better than nothing. And it also depends, like, what's your plant load, right? Like, do you have a 29-gallon with like 3 plants in it, or do you have a 29-gallon with like lots of plants? Like, I think it's like what, 1 capful per 10 gallons. I don't remember, it's been so long. But it does make a difference on how many plants. Like if it's just loaded full, then you might want to do a little bit more. No, I have Instagram tanks with lots of plants. Yeah, you'd probably want to, I mean, I would start with whatever's recommended on the bottle, which I think is 1 capful per 10 gallons. Again, I could be wrong, so read the bottle. And then I would maybe increase it if your plants are looking... How would I describe it? Well, you're basically going to want to look for deficiencies and then see what causes those deficiencies, like, or what deficiency causes that. Like, are your leaves turning yellow? Are they turning brown? Are you getting spots in them? So I would do whatever the manufacturer recommended dosage. I would use that and then adjust as needed going forward. Like there's no like one size fits all. I don't mess with no tank additives. I can't squirt. There you go. Squirtfurts? Okay, that's kind of funny. I forgot today was Monday and was wondering why Bob was streaming on Sunday. I almost streamed on Saturday. Almost. Not really, but I did think about it. Don't admit that, Steven. We're all friends here. You can admit anything you want. Her209 says, hey Bob, my pothos enjoy keeps turning brown. Is that a nutrient deficiency? And if so, which one? So houseplants are way different. It's not really as cut and dry as your aquarium, and even aquarium plants aren't, right? But turning brown, it could be overwatering. It's basically just dying. But why is it dying? It could be overwatering, underwatering. I mean, pothos enjoy is pretty bulletproof. There could be a myriad of things going wrong with it, to be honest. I'm definitely not as much of a houseplant expert as aquarium plant expert. Maybe Lisa can chime in with pothos enjoy turning brown. Or maybe, I doubt it, but maybe. No. Thought maybe Danny was lurking and we could ask her, but. Zen Ginger says, when my pothos turns brown, it's usually because I forgot to water it, and I live in Texas, but that's a different issue. Yeah, I feel like if it's lack of water, you'd probably know, right? Like the soil would be just dry and crusty. Fish Fam Link, what's going on? Says, give a thumbs up to show you're having fun. Yes, hit the like button. Let's do it. It's free and it helps out a lot. Fishberg says, my panacories are in 78 degrees. Seem good for the last 6 months. Too hot. They're active and chubby. I think most people would say that panacories are a cooler water. But if it's working for you, why change it? I hate throwing away so much duckweed. Is there anything good to do with it? Thinking just soil, but maybe like press it into sheets and make shelters. I know some people make fish food out of duckweed. I hate duckweed so much I just throw it away. I don't want to ever see that stuff. What could you do with extra duckweed? I mean, there's people that eat duckweed. Like, it's a cuisine in some places. I don't think I'd ever eat it, but. See, when I'm still dying laden, honestly, I keep removing a few species with every trim. I think the pearlweed is next to go. Stuff just grows too darn fast, but it's pretty. Your CO2 tank, yes. I had to unhook my CO2. Well, to be fair, I had CO2 hooked up to 220 long tanks, and of course that's going to get out of control fast. It was fun while it lasted though, but it got too much. Caitlin says the only reason I get Fritz Complete is for the pump head. I mean, it definitely makes it easier. Any good duckweed eaters other than goldfish? Well, I don't know that I would say good, but there are some species of rainbow fish that'll eat it. It's all just pretty random though. Like sometimes I'll just walk in and be like, hey, there's a fish eating duckweed. All right, I didn't know that. But I've had a few different species of rainbow fish eat duckweed. Nothing like goldfish eat it by any means, but honestly, just, well, depending. Most of the time, I scoop it out and I throw it away. Sometimes I scoop it out, and if I'm feeling nice, I'll give it to the chickens, because chickens go crazy for it. It seems dangerous to make duckweed into a fish food. It can bounce back from anything and would likely start growing again. I could even see it surviving freeze drying. It always comes back. It's the worst. I hate it so much. Ramphonic says, I've had an angelfish clear a tank of duckweed. Yeah, it's really just, it's kind of bizarre. I bet there's like a lot of African cichlids that would eat it, probably. Looking for a bit. Kid brought home tadpoles, so I'm setting up another tub. Awesome. I've heard crayfish, they've been nothing short of incredible getting rid of green hair algae without eating the infected plants. There are crayfish that will definitely eat algae. However, I do not know specifically which ones because they are illegal, so I've never really done much research on that. Paul says, I throw duckweed into the garden beds. It's great for... Yeah, I mean, I throw it on my lawn. I guess fertilizer for the lawn, maybe. I don't know. I just throw it in my lawn and mow over it. Curtis Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. Duckweed is like kudzu in the south. I don't know what that is. Just can't kill it even with a flamethrower. True story. Huh. I'm about to look that up, see what it is. Kudzu. Is it a vine? Yep. A vining plant. It says it's rich in antioxidants. Maybe we should eat it. Growth rate 1 foot per day. That seems like a lot. Whipswirl says, I kill duckweed as fast as I kill plants. Give me a week and I'll kill all your duckweed. Kudzu is the devil around here. All right. Mike Fishtank Barn, what's going on, buddy? He says, my yellow labs and purple ACI will eat it. Yeah, I figured African cichlids are probably a good candidate if you're into those. You have never heard of kudzu? I have not. I have no idea what it was. I know now. Matt Gray says, if anyone in chat is going to Findig and you see us fish troverts, please come up and introduce yourself. We'll be filming. There you go. How many videos do you have now? 2? Fish troverts. 2 videos. Here is fish troverts. Check it out. 263 subscribers already. That's pretty good. Local fish store grand opening with Tazawa tanks. 6.1 thousand views. That's pretty dang good. Matt, I will make sure to say hello. I'm too busy with everyone else's. Yeah. Hey, you're still getting them out there, though. Kudzu is farmed in Japan. The whole plant is edible. Huh. If I put, Bob, if I put Fritz Nature Box Contents, my betta tank, do you think, into my betta tank, do you think the longfin red Serpe tetras in there will be okay with different tannins and lower? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're from the Amazon. They should be perfectly fine with a little bit lower pH and tannins. Stinging nettle is like that here. Rhizomes grow underground. It doesn't matter what you do above the soil. So it's basically like the nuisance plant here are the oh my gosh, not blackberries, but the other one, I forget. Salmonberry, maybe? I think salmonberry. Oh, those things are the worst. I mean, salmonberries are good, but they just grow out of control. I mean, salmonberries and blackberries, to be honest, both of them are just ridiculous. Kudzu makes fat goats here in North Carolina. I bet it's got to be good for goats, right? I would imagine. Stinging nettle is really good for you, though. I used to take stinging nettle. Yeah, vitamins, calcium, iron, vitamin A, C, K, B, calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium. It has amino acids, polyphenols, all kinds of stuff. Beta-carotene. You should be feeding stinging nettle to your fish. Ooh, stinging nettles and bushy nose plecos, or even stinging nettles. Like, I bet shrimp would eat it too. I bet shrimp and bushy nose plecos would love stinging nettle. Maybe. I could be completely wrong. I'm gonna say blackberries are bad. Yeah, for some reason, like, I got way more salmon berries here than blackberries. It's kind of weird. And I mean, I think salmon berries taste better, but they're just out of control. I definitely need some goats. North Carolina uses goats to clear fields of kudzu. I need goats to clear out the salmon berries. That's what I need. Leo 209. Aquatic says, what's your go-to live culture and which is easiest to maintain? Vinegar eels. And what do you feed your cories to trigger to spawn? If I can't get live blackworms, then I'll use my rapashi with soldier fly mix or frozen bloodworms, or both. Basically anything that's high in fat and also protein. That's what you want. Renee says, if the pothos is in your tank and only the tips are turning brown, perhaps your lights. The type of brown I'm thinking of is like the brown right here, which is just from lack of watering. If the tips are turning brown, that could definitely be something else. Stinging nettle is excellent. There are some wonderful recipes. One of the top herbal remedies. There you go. Protein shake. UPS, you're living the dream with a $2 super chat says, I'm still mad at you. What the heck did I do? I didn't do anything. The schnozberries take like schnozberries. All my Georgia peeps, we must send Bob a truckload of kudzu. 1 month later, his yard will look like a lost world. I mean, I'd be all for it, honestly. I have a feeling like if it's not already here, then maybe it just can't live here year round. We have a vining plant here. I don't know what the name of it is, but it basically does the same thing, but it doesn't grow very fast. And it takes a long time to get established. It's kind of annoying. But once it gets established, it looks pretty cool. But I've tried it. I've tried to get it started multiple times, and it's always died off on me. So I gave up. She mad you being a bully? I don't know what about. It was about the Tennessee Fish Mafia? Bob, so the frozen bloodworms you thawed out and then add them to... I throw them in frozen, like frozen cubes. You thaw it out and then add to it while it's forming. Won't that cook them? Are you talking about like bloodworms in your rapashi? That I don't do. I do black soldier fly larvae in my rapashi. Do you just put the nettle plant in the tank? No, I don't think people are doing stinging nettle in a tank. I think they were just talking about it being a nuisance plant. Which, if stinging nettle is your nuisance plant, I couldn't even be mad about that. Like I would just eat it. I would go eat it every day. Fishroom ABQ says stinging nettle is great plant for shrimps. It's in the 5-leaf mix for Shrimp King. There you go. Paul says brown leaf edges are usually a water issue, either too much or too little. I know that doesn't help much. It's very hard to diagnose stuff like that without knowing like every single parameter, like how are you keeping it, sun, fertilizer, soil. I don't know. Plus the fact that I'm not a houseplant expert. Like I can grow pothos and philodendrons and monsteras out of my fish tanks, but that's about it. That's my level of expertise. There's a company in Atlanta that hires out goats to people to clear underbrush. I mean, I just got to get some goats. I got to get my fence up. Once my fence is up, poison oak. That sounds like it could be a nuisance for sure. Once I get my fence up, then I'll do some meet and greets with goats and my dogs and see how they get along. And if it goes well, which I think it should, I'll get some goats. They can be buddies. Got a lot of coyotes here, so the dogs got to protect the goats from the coyotes. Curtis Schindler says, I never know what to do with these 43 months. Woohoo! Curtis Schindler, member for 43 months. Thank you so much. The best thing you can do with those is use them to ask a question, but not just any question. A question you want answered, because it's pretty much guaranteed that I will see that comment. So if you ever have like a question that you really want to know the answer to, and I have an answer to it, mind you, that's what I save mine for. Are you talking about bittersweet nightshade? That's why I can't get goats. It's established itself along the dog run, and no matter how hard I try, I can't get rid of it. Bittersweet nightshade. Oh, no, I don't have those here. I've seen these like up hiking around, but I don't have these on my property anywhere. Jennifer says my Doberman loves goats. Mine has a very weird relationship with animals. Like, he's curious about cats, but he won't chase them. He will chase rabbits. He doesn't go after the chickens, but he's curious about the quail. Not curious where it's like an aggressive curious. It's more of like, I'm going to smother you out of curiosity. It's very bizarre. You're pretty good at answering my questions anyways. I know. That's kind of more like for general, right? General people here. It's just a good way to get seen. Bob, get a mule to go with the goats. Mules hate wily coyotes. I'd want a zonkey. I mean, a mule would be cool too. But I also want horses. Like, I want to go to town and like buy groceries on my horse and stage. My horse and coach. Old school. Who needs gas when you have a horse? All I need is a horse and a Cessna. Not even a Cessna. I want a helicopter. Because then I don't need a runway. Steven says, just got some Geophagus brasilianus and Geophagus tapaho. That's going to be interesting on the closed caption. In a 75-gallon sand substrate, lots of rocks and no plants. Any advice for keeping them happy? So they're very easy fish to take care of, for one. And you're already starting out on the right track with sand substrate. So Geophagus means earth eater, and I'm sure you've seen them. They sift the sand looking for food. So basically, just make sure they're getting fed. Make sure they're actually finding food. Use like pellets or things that's going to drop to the bottom that they can actually sift through the sand and get. And they will go after flakes and stuff that are floating around in the water, but you'll see them all day long just sifting sand. So yeah, just make sure they're actually getting food. I see a lot of them with like sunken bellies or just kind of lethargic looking because they're just not getting enough food. So I think that's the main thing to look for, like the first couple months you have them. Just got that one. Nancy B in Tennessee, member for 8 months. Thank you so much. Says, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodcut? Ooh, I almost made it. Almost. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Ugh. Fail. And the answer is 3. Okay. Making a baked potato. Ooh, that sounds kind of good. Silver Creek Aquatics, what's going on, my friend? So close, I know. And it's like the most common one, too. You think I would just get it. We hire a company that uses goats to clear overgrown right-of-way, and they use mules to keep the coyotes away. Not sure a zonkey would work as well. Oh, my dogs are not amused by coyotes at all. They would shred them. I'm not really sure. I'd go for a llama over a mule any day. Yeah, I'd go for a llama. I looked at camels for a while too, but they're too slow. Like, give me a horse. I want something that's faster. How many clown loaches can fit in a pleco cave? None. That would have to be a gigantic. You'd have to have like a 5-gallon bucket pleco cave. My Dobie wants to play with the horses too. He has no clue as to really how large the draft horses are. Dobermans move like horses. Like how they like hop and bounce around and how they run. Like they really remind me of horses, how they move. Have I ever kept rainbow or orange-throated darters? Negative. I want rainbow darters. I've always wanted a rainbow darter and a rainbow shiner setup. If there's anybody out there that can mail me some rainbow darters, I would be very appreciative, because I have yet to find someone that will send me rainbow darters. Rainbow shiners, dime a dozen. I can get them from 10 different places. Rainbow darters, can't do it. But can you milk camels? Well, they're just good pack animals. Not that I would ever go anywhere, but you never know. I think that would be an interesting, like, camping type YouTube channel. Like, is anybody out there camping, like doing overnighters and like long hikes with a camel that's packing around your supplies? I don't know. Would you get the red hat in return? What? Tell that to my clown loaches. They go to sleep in the pleco cave. Well, tell that to an adult clown loach. Mitchell Broom says the next big tank is going to be a rainbow shiner darter tank. Don't you have like a wood stream tank with rainbow shiners? Am I thinking about someone else? I think that was you. I think that was your channel, right? You have like a bunch of rainbow shiners and in a wood enclosure somehow? Maybe it wasn't you. Would love to see Bob ride a camel. Whew. Just look at my ex-girlfriend. It's not a pretty. Whew. Whew. Yeah, it's an 8-foot tank. How is there a liner? Like, I watched that video like 100 times trying to figure out if there was a liner inside of it, and I never figured it out. Bob, we could always add a Connie Corso to the pact. I wish. Coyotes avoid my yard like the plague. Yeah, they used to come right through, and now they come on the opposite side. So I have a fence going through part of my land, and they would come through. Like, you could see exactly where they would come out of the brush. There was like a trail and everything. And as soon as I had my dogs here full time, now they go on the other side of the fence and walk up and down. And my dogs go crazy every single time. It'll be like 2:30 in the morning, and my dogs can sniff them out, and they just go crazy. The first run of it had a liner a few years ago. Last year, I fiberglassed it since I hate the folds and liners. Fiberglass. That would do it. It's a pretty neat setup. I'm down to one rainbow darter. The rainbow shiners make too many babies. I have 300 or so fry. That is amazing. They're only $6 each. I'm going to order the rainbow darters this week from Jonah's Aquarium. He won't send me fish. I don't know if I hit on his mom or what happened, but he won't sell to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm a YouTuber. I don't know. I just I tried to buy it from him, and he's like, nope, won't send them. And I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't even ask. I was just like, okay. And it was kind of a weirdly worded email. It was almost like he has some personal beef with me. I have no idea. But it was really bizarre. Wow, Steenfott Aquatics, that is one of the best shirts I've ever seen. I'm telling you, it's a little big, but like the sleeves are too long and everything, but I couldn't pass it up. It was $4. A $4 shirt. I'll send them to you. Someone needs to. I just set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish totes. And I got to get fish in them because I've already got mosquito larvae. And if I don't get fish in there this week, I'm going to have way too many mosquitoes. So I moved out some Hawaiian Variatus platy to one of them. I'm going to be moving my trout goodeids out to another one of them. One of them has corydoras aenis in it. So yeah, gotta move some more fish out there. I did stop collecting them. I collected 2 spawns. I never got mine to spawn, but I did have my rainbow shiners in a community aquarium, so they could have been spawning and just the eggs getting eaten. I mean, I'm going to charge you the cost of them, but I'll order them. How many you want? I'm leaving to go out of town, so I can't even think about get Danny to order them for you. Yeah, I mean, maybe. We'll see. Order from him using a prepaid Visa. But I'm to the point, I don't want to give him money. Like, why would I want to give him money at this point? Right? Like, I would rather pay double and get them from someone else at this point. And maybe something was lost in translation. Maybe there's no beef at all. Maybe, maybe there's no issue at all. Just, I don't know. But it was a very weird interaction. Order them as Rob Steenfott. Yeah, so I'm not going to be ordering any fish until I get back from Wyoming. So probably when I get back from Wyoming, I'm going to be ordering some more rice fish, some Paleatus cories, some albino cories. Fine, I'll charge you double. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. So yeah, when I get back, I have some fish ordering to do. Bob, I'm pretty sure the seller Miss Fishy P on Aquabid. For some reason, I just don't check Aquabid for native species. I don't know why. I pretty much just look at rainbows and corydoras. Well, let's look. What do we got here? Orange throat darters, redfin darters. Oh, is that why somebody asked about them? Rainbow shiners. Heterandria formosa. I would like to do those again. Oh, that's Ryan. I can buy them from Ryan. You will receive a healthy 1 male, 3 female trio, plus at least 1 extra. I would love to do those in an outdoor tub. Rainbow shiner. I mean, I could do a different darter, but the orange throat darters are pretty friggin' awesome. I'll have to keep an eye out, though, for sure. Rainbow darters, Whip. Rainbow darters. Ryan as in Hoon? No, Ryan as in Wild Fish Tanks from Florida. I do got to reach out to that Ryan again, though. I would love to have a bunch of back-to-back fish room tours just release on my channel. That would be amazing. Bob, why is the White's Eye not the holy grail of cories anymore? Were they ever? Like, I don't think they were ever the holy grail. I just got orange-throated. All the males died in the shipment. That's bizarre. Just the males, huh? I mean, I don't know where you are, but it might be too warm to be shipping darters right now in some places. Eating frozen foods. Yeah, so he says that these will be the last ones or the last ones because of the weather is too warm. There you go. Uh-oh, he's got some negative reviews here. Received small colorless babies when I specifically asked the seller for larger colored rainbow shiners. Oh, you can't give a negative review about that. Get out of here. Who is that? Get out of here, you joker. Like, received small colorless babies when I asked for larger colored rainbow shiners. Okay, let me look at the auction now. What does the auction actually say? To be fair, he doesn't have... This is why you should always list the size of fish. To be fair, he did picture adults, so he's kind of got a point there. You can't show a picture of adults and then send fry. Like that's not good. With the crazy highs and lows, we're having that too. Like it gets so hot during the day and it gets 40s at night. It's so bizarre. Like we're practically in June and it's still in the 40s, like low 40s. I took a bunch of cories out to tubs and I had to bring them back in. It was crazy. I couldn't believe how cold it was. I will say that the bronze cories handled the cold weather like champs. It didn't bother them at all. They were out schooling around. I had Julie eyes out there. They were visibly like stressed out, so we had to pull them out and put them back inside. But the bronze cories, even when it was down like 45 degrees out at night, they're schooling around like looking for food. So another possible fish for an unheated cold water tank. Well, I shouldn't say cold, but cold, like colder, less than tropical, I guess. I thought I read. I don't know I don't know of anyone who's called Weitzman eye like Holy Grail. It's way too common to ever be like a Holy Grail of cories. What's my Holy Grail? Definitely the CW 111. Which this year there's been kind of a small influx of them into the U.S. So hopefully people start breeding them and the prices come down. They were about $500 a fish, and now you can find them for about $200. So they are coming down a little bit, but still way too much for me. Way out of my price range. I was right, Bob. Looked at Dan's site, and that's where I saw it. Well, maybe they're Dan's Holy Grail. But his are wild caught, right? Maybe that's why. No, his are captive bred. I don't see that anywhere. Yeah, I don't know. Does Ryan have some? I don't think so. Stupid tendency doesn't allow collecting. Why would that stop you anyways? Like, not supposed to collect driftwood either, but it was stuck in my tire. What can I say? The 4 feet piece of driftwood was stuck in my tire tread, so it came home with me. Mitchell says, I'm bouncing between the corydoras Hephaestus and CW111, but I just can't force myself to spend that kind of money. So the Hephaestus cories, I'm very skeptical of those, Mitchell, because I see pictures of those when they're like highly photoshopped, and I'm like, those things are wildly crazy awesome. And then I see pictures where they're not photoshopped, and I'm like, it kind of looks like an Aquarius, like, but not as good. So I'm very like, I have to see that in person, especially because the Hephaestus are still like $500 a fish. There was one place selling them a while ago. Let's see if they still have them. You've seen them in person a few times? Oh, I'm jealous. Do they really look that good? All right, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? I wish that Jeff Raps would get in more corydoras. Or I guess Tangled Up and Cichlid is not Jeff anymore, but let's see. Where are we at here? Nope. Where are the cories? Did I just pass them up altogether? There's a lot of species of pikes hitting the market right now, which is kind of weird. Hyphesabricon cyanotania yellow. That's pretty neat. Okay, am I not seeing any cories here or what? Oh, they don't have any cories for sale. Well, I guess they don't have them anymore. I did order actually. Oh, let me show you the Tetras I ordered here because they're pretty sweet. I'm not much of a Tetra person, but I did order these. The pictures, just like always, don't do them justice, but I did order these. Where are we at here? Here we go. Hyphesabricon wadii. Really, I saw this in person and I was like, holy smokes, I have to get some of these. Super blue, super red, really cool Tetra. So yeah, I should be getting these when I get back. And pretty expensive little Tetra. And hopefully I can get them to spawn. It'll be my first time actively trying to spawn Tetras. And we'll see how that works. I've had a lot of spawning going on in the fish room right now. I've got a lot of fry. So now's the time. Like, whatever I'm doing, it's working. Hey, Legion, what's going on, Jacob? Says, hey, Bob, I'm setting up a Lake Tanganyika community tank, and I got a Phoenix Stingray 2, so I can save some money. Will it grow easy plants like Val? How deep is the tank? If it's like a 55 or a 75, it'll grow it, but it's probably going to grow really slow. And yeah, they are blueberry tetra is the common name. It's not the red and blue Colombian, which is also a Hyphesabricon. But it's not the red and blue Colombian. Fun fact, red and blue Colombian tetras were some of the first fish I bought when I got back into the hobby like 12 years ago. I've always had a soft spot. I remember keeping red and blue Colombian tetras as a kid, and I've always had a soft spot for those, and also bleeding heart tetras. I would love to get another group of bleeding heart tetras. I killed my last group like an idiot. 24 inches, oof, it's gonna struggle. The Stingray is gonna struggle. It'll probably do it, but it's gonna struggle. Your best bet would be like the tallest Val you can possibly find, because once it makes it to the surface, obviously that's gonna help out a lot. But if you're throwing in like little 3 to 5 inch starters of jungle Val, it might not work. They closed the bait fish loophole. You aren't supposed to take anything alive. You know, if you don't get caught, it's not illegal. So, there you go. The Fiestas are down to $200 each, down around 150 for young ones. Man, I wish I was in the corydoras circles. I'm in none of the cool corydoras clubs. I'll get there though. I'll get there. I gotta pay my dues, do some breeding. TN used to be legal to collect as long as you had a fishing license. I used to do it all the time. Oh, that's the loophole they closed. Okay. Yeah, just stand right on the line. Right? As soon as they cross that imaginary line, cross over to the next state, perfectly legal. I'll give it a go. If it all doesn't work, I'll get a tall crypt. You could also look into like Cypress Helferi. I'm really digging that plant lately. Nobody sells it, except a place I would never buy from. But I'm really enjoying Cypress Helferi. I got a bunch of pots of it, and it's really awesome. But you know, so is Crypt Spiralis, Crypt Retro Spiralis. Lots of cool tall crypt species. Curtis Schindler says, I have a soft spot for rummy-nosed tetras. Probably my favorite tetra ever, but I don't have good luck with them. Yeah, they're like cardinal tetras, man. You buy like 20, and they're just going to die off like one every month or one every other month. Just slowly die off. It's hard to find like good quality rummy-nosed tetras. The orange pike is stupid expensive these days. When I bought one a decade ago, it was like $10. Everything's going up, man. Everything's getting ridiculous. But pikes are definitely shooting up in price. I want to come fish to North Georgia and collect. Come collect fish in North Georgia. All right. Nobody has good luck with her. Yeah. There's two types of people in the world. Those that claim they have good luck with rummy nose and those that actually don't have. Like, I thought Cypress Helferi is harder to grow than Val. Doesn't it need more light? That's what the internet says, but I literally have a stingray on a 40 breeder, and it's growing just fine. I realize a 40 breeder is a long way off from a 24-inch tank, but still, if you actually look, like let's go to Cypress Helferi Tropica, right? Let's take a gander here. What do we got? Where am I at here? Here I am. Screw your cookies. Well, this is not much of a, anyways. Cypress species are widespread all over the tropics, but only a few of them are good underwater plants. Cypress Helferi from Thailand is the first cypress species used in aquariums, 20 to 35 centimeters tall, and a rosette from 15 to 25 centimeters wide. It requires relatively large amount of light, false, and CO2 addition is recommended to promote growth. That could be said about any plant. In aquariums with good water flow, the plant sways beautifully in the current. I mean, it is a good-looking plant. And I'm sure it grows like wildfires if you have high light and CO2, but I don't. And it grows just fine. So, again, you have to take things with a grain of salt. It's almost like you have to try everything yourself. Like, will it work for you? I don't know. Apparently none of that was even on the screen, so who cares? The last time I bought 10 rummy-nosed tetras, all 10 dropped dead within a week, and they all looked healthy and the tank set up. Whips rolled, mine are fabulous. Huge school, lost maybe 4 of them in the beginning. Yeah, they're out there. There's good quality ones out there. There certainly are. There's also a few different species of rummy nose, so that could be the issue too, right? Like, what species are we getting exactly? I've had my Reminos for over 2 years. My LFS guy always has pretty good stock of Tetras, but then again, I have really good luck with Neons from Petco, so maybe Tetra is just like my water. It literally could be like, which wholesaler are they buying from? I know of one wholesaler that has really good Reminos, has really good Embers, and really good Cardinal Tetras. Just one. Granted, I only have access to like 4 wholesalers. But out of the 4, only one of them has good quality Tetras. The light I got is the Phoenix Stingray 2. Yep, I have one. And the original Stingray, so it's brighter. And it looks like it's brightening up my tank pretty well, but I don't have a par meter, so I really don't know. It's not going to throw out a ton of par. But it's definitely brighter than the original, for sure. It's not about fish, but today I'm a dude with a dog. A 1-year-old German, I'm assuming a shepherd, named Max. A rescue from doggy jail. Let the fun begin. RJ, congratulations. I would say be very mindful. As someone who has spent a lot of time with rescues and shelters, outside of Chihuahuas, German Shepherds are by far like the next for bites. They can be somewhat bitey, whether they're scared or just aggressive. So just keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them. But 99.99% of them are very good dogs. Why are you typing random letters into chat? Bob, why are you typing random letters into chat? You were doing it in the last stream too. Because this stupid frickin' heart covers up the chat. So like I'm spamming this 100. I don't know if you guys can see that. That covers up the chat to where I can't read it. And it's very annoying. And the only way I can get to read it is by moving the chat up. Like I can't scroll backwards to older chats because then obviously I can't see it. And I can't scroll down. The only way is to move it with more chats. Very lame. Very, very lame. If I was to move chat into OBS, then I wouldn't have that problem, but I don't want to do that. I'm just assuming like enough people are going to complain about this stupid heart that they'll move it out of the way. Like they could literally just move it down to the line where you chat on. I hated the hearts. It's not on Android anymore. Oh, I should check. Is it on my phone? Hey, shut up. Oh, yeah. See, so like right here. This is what it looks like. That heart blocks the freaking chats. See, like there. See, it's blocking the chat. It does it on my desktop, too. I hate it. It's so annoying. Can you turn it off? Not that I'm aware of. Xanadudu says, "Love me some GSD. Good luck." Yep, my shepherd was half my my shepherd, of course. My husky was half shepherd, so very, very good dogs. Well, you and Apple, so yeah, I mean, there's a myriad of things I hate about Apple and this phone, but the camera is really good. So I deal with it. That's me. I still have my Android though. I still use it. It's right here. The thing that really bothers me is apps on Apple, for whatever reason, are way worse. Like the app to control my lights on Android, I have like almost too many options. So I have RGB string lights, right? And I can do like a myriad of customization, different patterns and all kinds of different stuff on the Android. The same app on the iPhone gives me like 3 options. No customization. I can't even turn it up. So this is kind of weird. On the Android app, there's 2 brightness displays, or there's 2 brightness settings. So you can turn it up to bright, and then you can go to the other one, and you can turn it up, and it goes even brighter. The iPhone, there's only one brightness display, which it doesn't make sense why there's two to begin with. But still, on the iPhone, if I turn it up all the way, it's half as bright as I can get it with the Android app. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why are the apps different? I don't know. It's very annoying. My old boy Joe is an Aussie German Shepherd mix. Easily the best dog I've ever shared my home with. Don't heart the heart. Yeah. It doesn't seem to cover my chat on my iPhone at least. Well, are you like landscape or portrait? Because maybe if I landscape it, it won't cover it up. Maybe that's the ticket. Oh, see, if I'm landscape, it's not even there. But if I portrait, it's back. Interesting. I was at PetSmart the other day. Animal control was there with a bunch of adoptable dogs, which were mostly huskies and pitties. Huskies, pit, any variation of a pit bull, and chihuahuas. By far the most common dogs, at least in the shelter I volunteer at. By far the most common. I would say huskies are the most returned. And actually, my shelter hasn't even reopened. Like, they closed to the public for COVID, and they haven't even reopened. They're not reopening to the public. And what I mean by that is it's only appointment only, so you just can't walk in. Because what they found is like the number of returns decreased drastically. So all these people that come in and like impulse adopting dogs and cats, that didn't happen when it was appointment only because of COVID. So they just kept it appointment only, and it's been way better for the dogs. I don't spend much time with the cats, but the dogs are just way less hyped up. Like, they don't have 100 people walking in front of them all day long. They're just way more calm and chill, and it was just all around like way better for the dogs to not reopen it. My old boy Joe. Oh, I already got that one. My dog as a child was a half black lab, half shepherd. Smartest dog I ever met. Whew. Oh, I had 5 rescue GSDs. One was a street dog from Turkey. They were all wonderful. GSD, always my choice. I mean, there's so many good dogs out there. Most of the shelter dogs around here are pitty mixes. Yeah. I've never been so much as like nipped by any of the pit mixes in the shelter. Chihuahuas all day long. German Shepherd only happened once. And this dude was wild. I mean, so wild. Like, this German Shepherd was so wild, they wouldn't even let like volunteers, like normal volunteers, handle him. They had to go through like special training. But outside of that, that's it. Chihuahuas, they're the only biters. My barber has kept his business appointment only as well. There's even a public service announcement here crying for help with the amount of large breed dogs needing foster care. Yeah, it's sad. So sad. The Chihuahuas, anything under 10 pounds, 15 pounds just goes like instantly. The Chihuahuas never stay there, which, I mean, I get it. Not everyone can house and handle a large dog, but it always makes me sad. I would love to do like once I win the lotto, I should say, I will be doing a large canine sanctuary. I work with Great Dane Rescues. I've had 30 fosters, big dogs always versus small dogs. Well, Great Danes are such good dogs to begin with. I don't know that I've ever met a bad Great Dane. My wife's Chinese Crested would ankle nip worse than our Chihuahua. I worked in the vet med for 2 years. I've only been bitten by Yorkies. So small dogs, man, I'm telling you. I have a portrait to chat and have the video cast to my TV. Oh, all right. Shamu Aquarium says, who else is watching while refilling their tanks during a water change? Bob will be the canine king. Oh, man, that would be such a dream. Technically, I would have just a large animal rescue. Like, just so, you know, gotta have my giraffe rescues and my zebra rescues. My mastiff rescues. Yes. Play the lotto. It's such a solid life choice, right? Your odds are so good to win. I love all sizes of dogs. It's not their size, it's their upbringing. I love all dogs too. I just can't do small dogs. I'm afraid of hurting them. I'm afraid of them getting hurt. So, like, I make fun of small dogs all the time, but I still love them. I absolutely love small dogs. Like, when I'm at the shelter, I'll take the small dogs and we'll just sit on the bench and they'll just sit on your lap and you can enjoy the weather and the scenery. Our shelter is like way out in nature. There's a river, there's woods, all kinds of stuff to look at, and we just chill. They just sit on my lap and we look at the birds and the bees, and it's nice. I'm just afraid of stepping on them. Like, if I step on my dogs now, like, nothing happens. I'll step on my mastiff and he thinks it's time to play. Doesn't even care. But I'm telling you, if I had like a small little dog, I let my dogs on my bed too. So if I had a little Chihuahua, I would 100% roll over on it in the night and kill it. Like, it just wouldn't. Oh man. So that's why I don't get small dogs. Plus, it's got to be able to kill coyotes. Like, if you can't kill a coyote, then you ain't no hound dog of mine. I don't know. What are the lyrics to that song? I don't know. If you never caught a rabbit, if you never caught a coyote, then you ain't no dog of mine. Lisa says we have a 125-pound American Bulldog and Lab mix and a little Maltese mix. Guess who's in charge? The Maltese. They definitely have small man syndrome, for sure. Muppet says, I'm constantly worried I'm going to sit on my dog, a mini dachshund who loves to burrow under things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a friend who had one of those little, like, teacup chihuahuas. I mean, the thing was like this. It was probably the size of this microphone. It was so small. And it broke its leg falling off the couch. Like, I'd never want to own something that's going to break its leg when it falls off a couch. Like, sorry, Grandma, you got to go. If you're going to fall off the couch and break a leg, I don't want any grandmas. I don't want any small dogs. Anything else is going to break a leg from falling off a couch. You're not welcome. You're not welcome here. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I have two elderly dachshunds, one mix that I wasn't even supposed to have. We have a golden retriever first. Then my mom's ex left his dachshund with us, and it got our golden retriever pregnant. All right. Corey's dog, like his chihuahuas? What about him? They're angry. They're angry little bastards, let me tell you. Does this guy even talk about fish? Only in the first hour. If you would come to more live streams, you would know that after the first hour, all is fair. All topics. Which usually involves dogs or food. Nothing else. I do encourage everyone to do their water changes while listening to live streams, though. That's a good use of time. Are all female and good to see you, James. I was actually just thinking about you the other day. Fish Room Fever. I hope you're doing well. I was just going through my subscription list, and I was like, I haven't seen James in a while. I hope he's doing well. Are all female Episogramma a terror towards anything in a tank, including the male? I hear they are after eggs hatch. Fell in love with a pair of Hongsley at my local shop, and I kind of want them. Yeah, but it's nothing to be worried about. So, well, yes and no. If they spawn, they're only hellraisers if your male doesn't have anywhere to go, right? So if you have a pair in a 10-gallon tank, that's going to be a problem. If you have a pair in a 40 or a 55 and they spawn, the male has lots of other places to go and hide. And that is usually the case. Like the males are the aggressor before and the females are the aggressor after, for a lot of the species of Epistos. But again, if you have like even a 20 long with like lots of line of sight breaks would work. So yeah, it shouldn't stop you from getting them. Unless of course you have like an 8-gallon cube tank in which they will definitely, she will definitely kill a male. The dog should be as tall as my knees or I'll step on it. Sassy I actually didn't know that one of his dogs broke their legs from falling off the couch, so that's news to me. And if I'm being honest, and I hope don't ever tell Katie this or even Corey, like I don't know which one is Sassy. Like they're both just little chihuahuas. And they yell, well, not yelling is not the right word, but like when I come over and they're just barking at me, like I don't know which one they're talking to when they say Sassy. Because they're both just there yelling and screaming at me. But they'll be like, Sassy, come here. And I'll be like, I don't know which one's Sassy. Sorry. What do you want? What do you want from me? They haven't found a way to kill me yet. So all good here. Good to hear. Good to hear, my friend. Boston Dynamics dogs. I think Boston Terriers are probably the smallest dog I would ever go with. And then I would need like a giant school of them. Like 8 of them. I was asking, not stating Sassy is the tiny black one that passed a while back. Oh, now I really feel like a jerk. My golden retriever wiener dog mix mostly looks like a small black golden retriever because she has a long spine but also long legs. Looks like a regular long-haired dachshund when laying down though. That's interesting. A school of Bostons? Yeah, I mean think about it. Like a school of Boston Terriers would be awesome. Right? I mean, get like a school of 8 of them running around. That'd be pretty crazy. Bob, I've been thinking about trying a big showpiece cichlid. Well, big would be pretty subjective because when I think of 40 breeder, Steve, I don't really think of anything big that's going to be in a 40 breeder. But you could maybe look at some of the species of Geophagus, which are technically like a schooling slash shoaling fish, but still you'd be okay with just one. And they're generally peaceful, but some of the Geophagus get pretty big, so you want to like look at some of the species and just make sure. But there are definitely some of the Geophagus that you can do in a 40 breeder. I don't know how much bigger I'd want to go. Yeah, I would probably go with even like a Jurupari maybe. And again, schooling social fish. But I've seen lots of people keep one, and they seem to be all right. What else? Maybe some of the jewel cichlids, but then you're going to have issues with plants. Barbara Jackson, hello, says, hey there, everyone, and Bob. I'm so stuffed. Grilled steak and pork ribs, macaroni, and potato salads. Awesome. I'm going to have a sandwich. Matter of fact, we are 3 minutes away from sandwich time. 3.5 minutes from sandwich time. Steve says, I do like geos. Yeah, I like the wine miller eye. Even like the redhead, I call it Tapaho, but it's not. That's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it. Those are both ones I've kept that I think would be okay. And they're just really interesting fish, and they get really long lyre tails, as long as you don't have anything else that's nippy. So yeah, I mean, it could work. Dinner sounds delicious. It does. Primetime Aquatics has a video called 40 Breeder Centerpiece Fish. I'm really like the worst to ask when it comes to like centerpiece fish, because I'm like so into schooling fish. Like just the thought of having one doesn't really compute with me. Boston Dynamics builds autonomous robot dogs. That sounds awful. Man, with all the AI that's coming out now, I mean, we are literally like months away from Skynet taking over. Then what are y'all gonna do? It's gonna be interesting. I mean, Skynet's probably already taken over. It's too late. We are living in a simulation. Finally making a live one. Tiny Town Trains TV. Welcome and goodbye. Because it is about that time to sign out. Thanks everyone for coming out and hanging out. I hope you had a good time. I sure did. Don't forget, we've got the tour video coming out on Wednesday, so look for that. We're going to be going to... In 2 weeks from now, I should be streaming from Dan's Fish, so that's going to be pretty awesome as well. Maybe might be able to do like a giveaway or something while I'm there. That'd be kind of neat. We'll see. Other than that, not many more announcements to close this off with. Just thanks everyone. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun every Monday. Always fun. Always look forward to it. And really the best way to start out the week. So that's why I do it on Monday. I hope you all have a great weekend, I guess. It'll be a week and a weekend until I see you again. So yeah, there you go. Michael Reeves modified a Boston Dynamics robot dog to make it what? Make it pee beer? All right. I guess that's how we're going to end it. All right, everyone. Again, I hope you have a great week. Thanks for coming, and look for that video on Wednesday, and I'll see you all next week. I'm Bob Steenfott. I'm here with Larry Schenkel of the Sacramento Aquarium Society, and we're going to look at his fish. I forgot what you wanted me to say. right, now we're gonna make our way into the room. There's lots of cool stuff in here.